I'm gonna have to ask that you not try to recreate anything that you see in this video for your own safety, or any future videos, or pretty much any of my past videos either. I am a trained professional firearms guy. I mean, like, I shoot guns like every week, so it probably qualifies. I also have medical personnel on the property. I'm a doctor. Ish. Hey, welcome to Demolition Ranch. I'm glad you're here. Everyone is scared of ricochets. They all know what they are. They've seen them in the movies. Let's do some experimentations with ricochets on that steel plate. According to movie ricochet logic, the worst thing you can do is shoot at something hard that is perpendicular to you. So let's do that. This is a CZ Scorpion 9mm. Still alive so far. Let's go check it out. These spots where the 9mm bullets hit are much bigger than the actual 9mm bullet. And that's because the bullet's made of lead, a fairly soft metal, and it squishes and flies outward. Hitting all right here, you can see how it's all torn up right there. Hitting up here, this was a fresh plywood board, and now it has all these little nicks out of it. Even though the bullet hit and all the fragments went up into this board right here, nothing passed through. It is perfect on the back side. A full 9mm would have gone through this thing so easily. It probably could pass through like 10 of these plywood boards. But those fragments lose so much of their mass and their velocity when they hit that steel that they don't have a lot of penetrating power anymore. So these movies may have lied to us a little bit because these bullets don't seem very bouncy. They're not hitting and flying straight back. They're more taking the path of least resistance, which is squishing and just going out the sides. Let's try something a little different and see if we can get a ricochet. I'm gonna be shooting straight on like this. The bullet will come in, hit somewhere on the plate, and then I wanna see, will these bullet fragments go straight parallel with the plate right here, or will they hit and then bounce and kind of go over here into the middle of the watermelon? Looks like the bullet hit in the center of the plate and then followed pretty much straight down into this watermelon. It looks like it took out the left side of that watermelon. And what's really interesting is it did not even touch the wood back here. There's no metal fragments, there's obviously no penetrations, and there are bullet fragments in the watermelon. Meaning it slowed way down, because if you shoot a 9mm at a watermelon, it's gonna go straight through it, pretty much uninterrupted, not bent up or anything. It'll just pass straight through it. This one stopped in it, meaning it lost a ton of energy here. Very interesting. So this bullet's about the same diameter as a 9mm. 9mm are typically 115 grains. This one's 148 grains, which is like 40% bigger. I did that math in my head just now, so that's probably not right at all, but it's bigger. And it's a rifle cartridge, meaning it's going way faster. This is 7.62 by 54R, shooting out of a Mosin Nagant. This is a very potent round, and I'd like to see if, when it hits that plate and ricochets off to the side, can we go through the watermelon and through the board? Or does breaking that bullet apart take away too much power? If that didn't go through the board, I would be amazed, because that is a big blast. Bullet comes in, strikes right there, starts coming this way, and then that looks like where the big part of the bullet went through. Here are a bunch of fragments all going up in a straight line, straight with this plate. You can see the angle of this plate. All of those are right there. But what's interesting is there's nothing below here. This watermelon caught a bunch of fragments as well, but stopped them all because they were slow enough. It did not stop that big one. I just want to show you how tiny all these little fragments are. And that is why the ricochets don't have nearly as much power, because it just shreds them into a bunch of little tiny pieces of shrapnel. All through this watermelon, there are chunks of metal, and they are itty bitty, little bitty pieces of metal everywhere. 7.62 by 54R 4570 government. The 7.62 is twice the speed of the 4570, but the 4570 is over twice the weight, 400 grains. So we're going to be moving slower and have a heavier bullet. I wonder if that watermelon will catch this thing or if it'll let it through just like it did with the Mosinnagant. Woo. I don't think it's catching that. All right, hit a little low. It came in right here and did touch the board a little bit, nailed right there, and then started coming up, went through the watermelon and stuck right there in the board. You can see that bullet, and here it is sticking through. I'm gonna fire one more out of the 4570 just to make sure that hitting that table didn't slow it down. I want to hit that plate solid before it hits anything else to see if it splatters at all. This, without a watermelon, will likely go through that board. Let's find out. Definitely went through the board. It hit right here, and there are multiple holes around here, so even that big bullet did come apart when it hit that angle. I have one more gun we should try for no real reason. 50 BMG is a big bullet going really fast. I don't think that watermelon's gonna stop this thing. Oh my gosh. I think that 50 BMG bullet came in, nailed this plate super hard, and probably broke apart a little bit. But either way, all those fragments hit that watermelon super hard and basically made a bomb out of the watermelon. My GoPro, which I had placed right here to watch the action, was over on the ground over there. It's not broken, it didn't get hit with shrapnel from bullets, it got hit with watermelon chunks. And look where the watermelon was. Look at the wood. It just smashed it so hard into there, kind of like a little bomb going off right beside that. So if you ever need to get into a doorway or anything, put a watermelon there, put a big plate, shoot it with a 50 BMG, the watermelon act like a little door breaching charge, you get to walk right in. Easy as pie. So I think the movies are a little overly dramatic about ricochets. Could you shoot at a target and it comes straight back and hit you and still be lethal? I guess it could happen. It's possible. But you're not going to see bullets bouncing around in rooms like in the movies. But the real moral of the story here is if someone is chasing you with a 50 BMG, don't hide behind something. You're just going to die a slow, painful death. Walk out in the open and take it like a man. I should put that on a bumper sticker or something. Words of wisdom from Demolition Ranch. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Contact! What about the quad hawk? No, don't move. Don't move. Bobby?